To be or not to be, that is the question.
Patrol car Delta 9 with PC Roger Willey and PC Clifford Waycott, based at Oakhampton, were out on night duty patrolling the A3072, Hatherley to Holsworthy Road. Precisely 1 minute past 4 o'clock this morning, they sighted an object 400 yards away from them and at treetop level. They reported immediately to Oakhampton Police Station, where further men were brought out. PC Willie, you were driving the patrol car at the time. Can you describe it to us?
Well, the object was likened unto a cross, although the inner parts were something similar to the points of a compass, and they were quite blurred, the inner parts of the cross.
But it was brilliant. Brilliant white, brilliant light.
How in fact did you see it? I mean, did it make any kind of noise to you?
No, there was no noise. The first time we saw it was when it was just above treetop height and ahead of us. And from then, Consul Willie just said, here we go then, and we drove off after it, if you know what I mean.
Range 4 million miles, closing.
What kind of speed were you travelling at?
We were travelling very fast.
Did it make any kind of sound?
No sound that I heard at all. There was no outside noise apart from the noise of the car itself.
And the acceleration away from us was terrific. So really, we didn't get under it to hear any sound.
But you were really close enough to be absolutely certain that your eyes weren't fooling you?
Oh yes, it was just in front of us.
There was no question whatsoever that this was a figment of the imagination. It was definitely there. It was definitely either manned by some sort of being or remotely controlled. It was definitely being controlled to view our car or...
You had the feeling that it was watching you?
Definitely, yes.
Trajectory Northern Europe. Range 3.5 million miles, closing.
I am pretty eclectic. I love music, I really do. On my gizmo here, on my iPad, you'll have the complete works of Ludwig van Beethoven.
Oof.
I can't touch you. That's about right there. I know, it's your pylon. Hey, you better come here.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No!
Get him! Get him!
All right! Woo!
She was so tiny. She's probably 5 pounds.
Independent dog rescuer Judy Hausler got called to the scene and saw the whole thing unfold.
After little Burbie was taken out of the water, the next step was trying to find her owners. In the meantime, that's when Judy stepped up to take care of the Chihuahua.
It just worked out that I was there And I said, I'm going to take the dog and I'll find it a home.
Burbie stayed with Judy overnight, and Saturday morning, after getting a tip about who Burbie's owners were, Judy safely returned the little pup to them.
Burbie is going home. Her people are here. They're overjoyed.
Tears shed by all at this emotional reunion.
They were all crying, and the grandma's going, Mama, Mama, come here, baby, come here. And it was just so sweet.
The family says Burbie had been missing since Monday, and they tell me they're thankful to everyone, including Judy, who helped bring their baby home. Judy says they'll be going to her vet to get Burbie microchipped so this does not happen again.
You must spay, neuter, and chip your dogs.
In 1664, the Marines were born in the crucible of combat. On the high seas and on land, our resolve shaped empires. Our unbreakable spirit defined resilience. Our bravery turned the tide of history, defeating the nation's enemies. Our tactics, honed through centuries, redefined warfare. Royal Marine Commandos evolve, always ahead of the challenge. To protect our nation, we lead with innovation, embracing the unknown. A legacy not just carried, but constantly forged anew.
Is Elvis alive? Judge for yourself by calling the 900 number on your television screen. Hear what could be the incredible Elvis phone call. Listen to the newest and longest recording ever, just released from the original taped conversation purportedly of Elvis recorded about 4 years after the 16th of August, 1977. Call 1-900-909-ELVIS. Call now. Experience what may be the most shocking story of our time.
The enormity of their flat brain, the enormity of their stupidity is just overwhelming.
So yeah, we've got the hotel on standby about vegetarian meals for you and all that kind of stuff.
What do you mean vegetarian? I do not eat vegetarian stuff. There's just too much vitamins in it.
I was under the impression that you...
Who told you that one? That must have come via the internet.
Okay,
somewhere. Come on.
So well, what?
Let's get a real steak.
Right.
Let's get some mutton or
Good
so.
Angus Scotch, Angus steak.
Yes, that
right.
would be great.
Okay. Any particular favorite meal?
Who told you? I just
Do you like haggis?
By the way, I've arranged your vegetarian menu with the chef.
No, I'm not into that. It's a kind of a mistake.
That's my
the garbled things via the internet
my mistake.
or so.
I'll sort it out with you later.
Spreading love. That's what Carrie McKinley set out to do when she opened Everbloom Designs in Abbotsford, a mission to support local artisans while also providing floral arrangements to the community. But according to the internet,
the owner is a hateful and pathetic human being. It's disgusting that there are people like her in this world.
Just one of many recent social media comments.
So there is a shop in the United States that has a very similar name, minus the S, and she had come out with her political views. And so that was when I realized, oh, they think I'm her.
Everbloom design on Broad
An anti-Donald Trump stance making headlines in Memphis, Tennessee.
Stating, I won't do business with people who support the president-elect. It is because I need to create a safe place for me, my staff, and my family.
The account now private, the Memphis store temporarily closing due to reports of death threats and its contact information scrubbed from the internet. The attacks now directed to McKinley and her staff 4,000 kilometers away.
We tried Everbloom Canada.
Yeah, when we answered the phone.
For a while. It didn't work.
Staying positive through a storm of negativity that has brought a flood of negative reviews.
So the more that it spreads, it's kind of like a disease, and you just don't know where it'll stop. And as a small business, I can't afford to be losing customers.
Just as the Christmas rush gets underway, and her message to those confused is simple.
We serve everyone happily, and I really love having a small business, and I love our community.
Those clever Japanese engineers invent a robot to catch thieves. They set up a robot in Tokyo Square. In 30 minutes, robot catch 3 thieves. They set up a robot in Berlin. In 30 minutes, robot catch 1 thief. They set up a robot in New York City. In 30 minutes, robot catch 15 thieves. They set up a robot in St. Petersburg. In 30 minutes, thieves steal a robot.
It's still looking really good.
Now, there's no arguing whether the sculpture looks like what it's supposed to look like. It does. That's not the problem. The inspiration came from a find by archaeologists working on the site about 10 years ago.
They discovered some willow wicker baskets, and inside the bottom of those medieval willow wicker baskets were these tiny periwinkle shells.
Periwinkles are a sort of snail found along coastlines and have been eaten by humans for thousands of years. The problem comes when you look at their shell in the right direction, or maybe the wrong direction. The shape is somewhat similar to the poo emoji, which brings us back to the sculpture. Yeah, you probably see it now, and you're not alone.
I can just see it in the in silhouette here, and really it is like look like a poo emoji. It really does.
I'm really loving.
The artists have been creating woven willow sculptures for about 20 years. This one was commissioned for the Medmary Nature Reserve and has its supporters.
I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it totally blends in with the landscape.
Now, in that way, the sculpture hit the mark. But on social media, well, people are dumping all over it. Many seem surprised that no one designing, approving, or building it put 1 and 1 together and, came up with number 2. Now, again, there are locals still fighting the good fight, insisting it doesn't look like, well, you know.
No, I personally don't think it does. I mean, and I've seen a lot of different poops of all sorts of animals, and to be perfectly honest, it doesn't look like one.
We are enjoying the attention.
The artists aren't complaining. They wanted the sculpture to be talked about, and that's certainly happening. But the next time they use materials found in nature to build something, they do say they'll be more careful to ensure there's no resemblance to nature's.
2024, well covered for injuries, terrier production.